7 equipment-free exercises that will change your body in 3 weeks. In 2025, many people still believe that transforming the body requires a full arsenal of resources, complex gym equipment, a shelf full of expensive supplements, and even a private personal trainer. This kind of thinking not only drains your wallet, but also keeps many people from even starting their fitness journey. The truth is that all this complexity only takes us further from the essence of physical training. Well-executed basic movements have always delivered and will always deliver exceptional results. So today you'll learn about the 7 best equipment-free exercises that can be done at home using at most a chair or a couch, and that are capable of transforming your body in just a few weeks. I'm not talking about miracles, but about science applied intelligently. These exercises form a complete set that targets all the major muscle groups in your body, speeds up metabolism, and leads to visible changes when practiced regularly. Before we begin, please tell us your name and where you're watching our content from in the comments. Exercise 7, Mountain Climber. This exercise is the true wildcard in functional training because it simultaneously works multiple muscle groups. When performing it, you strongly activate the core, including the rectus abdominis, obliques, and transverse abdominis, in addition to working the shoulders, chest, quads, and hip flexors. What makes the mountain climber so effective is its ability to quickly raise your heart rate, turning a strength move into a high-intensity aerobic exercise. This means you'll burn calories at a faster rate while toning important muscles. Studies show that exercises that combine cardio with strength training are extremely effective for improving body composition, reducing body fat percentage while maintaining or even increasing lean muscle mass. Additionally, the mountain climber significantly improves coordination between upper and lower limbs, promoting greater balance and agility in daily life. To perform it correctly, start in a high plank position with your arms extended directly under your shoulders and your body forming a straight line from your heels to your head. Keep your core tight by lightly contracting your abdominal muscles and alternately bring one knee toward your chest while keeping the other leg fully extended as if you were climbing a mountain slope. This increases engagement of the hip stabilizers and builds core endurance. The movement should be controlled yet continuous and rhythmic without sacrificing proper form. A very common mistake is allowing the hips to rise too high, causing the body to lose proper alignment. This reduces the exercise's effectiveness and puts stress on the lower back, which may lead to discomfort. Another frequent error is going too fast, which compromises deep muscle activation and reduces the effort of the trunk stabilizers, while also increasing the risk of injury. Therefore, focus on keeping your shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades engaged, and your gaze slightly forward on the floor to ensure a neutral spine position. Remember that control should always take priority over speed. Breathe steadily. Exhale as your knee moves toward your chest and inhale as it returns to the extended position. If you notice that you're losing your form, take brief pauses in the static plank position, keeping your core tightly engaged before resuming the movement. Start with sets of 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on perfect technique, and gradually increase the time to 60 seconds or more as your endurance improves. Exercise 6, Triceps Dip. Many people focus too much on bicep exercises, neglecting the triceps, which actually make up about 2/3 of the arm's total volume. If your goal is to have bigger arms, you can't ignore the triceps. Developing this muscle group not only balances the upper body's aesthetics, but also strengthens daily movements like pushing objects or lifting yourself from surfaces such as getting up from a chair. The triceps dip works all 3 heads of the muscle, the long, lateral, and medial, providing complete stimulation for hypertrophy and strength. In addition, this exercise secondarily engages the shoulder stabilizers and chest muscles, especially the lower chest, making it extremely effective for developing the upper body using only body weight as resistance. The beauty of triceps dips lies in their simplicity and proven effectiveness. Electromyography studies show high triceps activation during this movement, rivaling or even surpassing free weight exercises. To perform the movement correctly, all you need is a stable surface, such as a chair, sturdy bench, or firm couch. Sit on the edge of the seat with your hands placed beside your hips, fingers pointing forward. Move your hips forward until they are off the seat, keeping your knees bent at roughly 90 degrees. knees. This is the starting position. Keeping your elbows pointing backward, slowly bend them, lowering your body toward the floor until they form about a 90-degree angle. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and your torso close to the support surface, ensuring that the movement is smooth and controlled. Then, extend your elbows to return to the starting position, focusing on contracting the triceps at the top of the movement. Common mistakes include moving the body too far from the support, shifting the load to the shoulders, and not lowering yourself enough, which reduces range of motion and effectiveness. Additionally, it's important not to fully lock out the elbows at the top of the exercise, as this reduces continuous tension on the triceps and limits muscle stimulation. Exercise 5. Push-up with elevated legs. We chose this exercise instead of traditional push-ups due to its increased difficulty and the exceptional activation of the upper chest, which is a particularly hard area to develop. Electromyography research shows that push-ups with elevated legs generate up to 30% more activation in the clavicular portion of the pectoralis major compared to standard push-ups. This area near the collarbone often remains underdeveloped even in regular trainees, leading to aesthetic imbalances. The elevated leg push-up is ideal for those who feel their collarbones are too prominent, as strengthening this section creates a more harmonious transition between the neck and chest. Besides emphasizing the upper chest, this movement heavily recruits the anterior deltoid, shoulder muscle, triceps, and serratus anterior, muscles along the ribs, all of which are essential for maintaining good posture and stabilizing the shoulder blades. To perform it correctly, place your feet on a stable surface, such as a couch, chair, or sturdy bench. Get into plank position with your hands on the floor, slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and your feet elevated. Your body should form a straight downward line from your shoulders to your heels, keeping your core tight and your elbows angled at about 45 degrees from your torso. Lower your chest toward the ground in a controlled manner. When your chest is just a few centimeters from the floor, push up powerfully until your arms are nearly fully extended, without locking your elbows. Common mistakes include letting the hips drop, creating hyperlordosis in the lower back, or shrugging the shoulders toward the ears, which adds unnecessary tension to the neck. It's also common to see people doing only partial reps, which significantly reduces the benefits of the exercise. If you can't yet maintain proper form, start by placing your knees on the elevated surface instead of your feet, and progress to the full version as your strength improves. Before we move on to exercise 4, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Continuous access to accurate and science-based information is what will ensure your long-term progress in the world of bodybuilding. Exercise 4. Bulgarian split squats. The big advantage of Bulgarian split squats over traditional squats is the ability to work each leg individually, allowing you to identify and correct strength and hypertrophy imbalances between the lower limbs. These imbalances are extremely common. Almost all of us have a dominant leg that takes on most of the load during bilateral exercises, which perpetuates asymmetry. By training one leg at a time, you ensure that both sides receive proper stimulation for balance development. Bulgarian split squats intensely target the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, while also significantly engaging the core stabilizers, adductors, and calves, making it a complete lower body exercise. The unstable nature of this movement requires even more coordination and balance, enhancing proprioception, that is, awareness of body position in space, which improves athletic performance and reduces the risk of daily injuries. Research indicates that unilateral exercises produce greater muscle activation in each leg compared to their bilateral counterparts, even when using less weight due to the additional recruitment of fibers needed to maintain stability. To perform it correctly, all you need is a sturdy chair, bench, or couch. Stand with your back to the support about half a meter away. Place the top of one foot on the elevated support behind you, keeping the other leg firmly planted on the floor in front of you. This is the starting position. Keep your torso upright and, in a controlled manner, bend the front knee, lowering your body as if performing a squat. Lower yourself until the front knee forms an angle of about 90 degrees, without letting it go past the line of the toes. Return to the starting position by pushing through the heel of the front leg, focusing on contracting the glute and quadriceps. Perform all repetitions on one side before switching to the other leg. Common mistakes include allowing the knee to cave inward during the descent, which can strain the joint, or leaning the torso too far forward, which stresses the lower back. It's also important to avoid lifting the heel of the front foot, as this reduces increases glute activation and places excessive strain on the knee. Exercise 3. Burpee. Burpees are often considered the most complete exercise, and for good reason. Few activities work as many muscle chains simultaneously while also providing such intense cardiovascular stimulation. The burpee is essentially a compound exercise that combines a squat, plank, push-up, and jump into a fluid sequence, creating an exceptional metabolic stimulus. During its execution, nearly all major muscle groups are activated: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, core, chest, deltoids, triceps, and even the back muscles, which act as stabilizers. This broad muscle activation, combined with the explosive nature of the movement, makes the burpee a powerful metabolic booster. Studies show that high-intensity exercises like this can elevate metabolism for up to 48 hours after the workout, a phenomenon known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, EPOC. This means you'll keep burning calories long after your workout session is over. To perform it correctly, start standing upright. Squat down and place your hands on the floor just in front of your feet. In one smooth motion, kick your legs back into a high plank position. Perform a full push-up, bringing your chest close to the floor. Push back up and immediately bring your legs back into the squat position. Finish with an explosive jump, fully extending your body and raising your arms overhead. Land softly and go straight into the next repetition. Common mistakes include overarching the lower back in the plank position, which can cause back discomfort, and not completing the full range of motion, especially during the push-up. Many people also lose proper form when fatigue sets in, which not only reduces the benefits, but also increases the risk of injury. If you're a beginner, you can modify the exercise by removing the final jump or skipping the push-up until you build the strength and endurance needed for the full version. Exercise 2. Calf raises. The calves are primarily composed of the gastrocnemius, the more superficial muscle that gives the calf its distinct shape, and the soleus, which lies deeper and supports the gastrocnemius. These muscle fibers play a key role in several body functions and are often referred to as the second heart or heart of the legs due to their ability to assist in venous return. By contracting and relaxing during walking or running, the calf muscles help pump blood back to the heart, significantly aiding circulation in the lower limbs. A strong calf system is essential for preventing circulatory problems such as varicose veins and swelling. However, many people neglect training this area, believing that only those who use hormones can develop large calves. This leads to the obvious question of why, despite having well-developed quads and hamstrings, the calves still appear disproportionate. To correctly perform the calf raise, stand with your feet shoulder width apart. For greater stability, you can lightly rest your fingertips on a wall or the back of a chair. Keep your legs straight but not locked and your core engaged. Raise your heels as high as possible, standing on the balls of your feet and actively contracting your calves at the peak of the movement. Hold that contracted position for 1 second before returning in a controlled manner to the starting position, allowing your heels to touch the floor gently before the next repetition. Common mistakes include not lifting the heels high enough, limiting muscle contraction, and swinging the body to assist the movement, which reduces tension on the calves. It's also important to avoid rushing. Slow, controlled reps with a brief pause at the top enhance results. To intensify the exercise, you can perform it using only one leg at a time, which significantly increases the load on the active muscle, or add brief pauses in the elevated position to extend time under tension. Exercise 1. Plank. Our 7th and final exercise is the plank, an isometric movement that seems simple at first glance, but is considered one of the most effective exercises ever created to strengthen the core. Planks primarily target the deep abdominal muscles, especially the transverse abdominis, often called the natural belt due to its role in stabilizing and protecting the spine. Unlike dynamic exercises like traditional crunches that focus mainly on the rectus abdominis, planks simultaneously engage multiple muscle chains, creating an integrated stabilization system. In addition to the core, this exercise strongly activates the spinal erectors, responsible for keeping posture upright, the glutes, quadriceps, and even the shoulders and chest as secondary stabilizers. This full body activation makes planks extremely time efficient, offering multiple benefits in a single movement. Functionally, a strong core developed through planks leads to better posture, reduced lower back pain, a problem that affects up to 80% of the population at some point, and improved performance in nearly all physical activities. Core stability is the foundation upon which all body movements are built. The more stable this area is, the greater the strength and power that can be generated and transferred through the limbs. To perform the plank correctly, lie face down on the floor. Support yourself on your forearms, keeping them parallel to your body, with your elbows positioned directly under your shoulders. The only points of contact with the floor should be your forearms and the balls of your feet. Lift your body, maintaining a straight line from your heels to your head. Pay close attention to this alignment. It's absolutely critical for both the effectiveness and safety of the exercise. Contract your abs as if preparing to take a punch and gently squeeze your glutes to stabilize the pelvis. Keep your gaze on the floor a few inches in front of your hands to properly align your neck with the rest of your spine. Common mistakes include letting the hips drop, causing lumbar hyperlordosis, or lifting the hips too high, forming an inverted V shape with the body. Both positions drastically reduce the benefits and may cause discomfort. Another frequent mistake is forgetting to breathe. Many people hold their breath during isometric effort, which is counterproductive. Breathe steadily, maintaining core tension regardless of the breathing cycle. Start by holding the position for 20 to 30 seconds and gradually increase as your endurance improves. Now, one final note, even if you perform all these exercises correctly, your results unfortunately won't be as good if you make any of the 11 common mistakes most people make during training, which can waste all the effort you've invested. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.